I started August the 27th, 1977. I was hired under then Dr. Mark Chamberlain. And I was in residential learning and university housing. We had excellent departments that they work collaboratively together. I decided to actually apply for Glassboro State College because one of my friends had mentioned it that was from the Atlantic City area that had graduated from Glassboro State. And I came. I said I would give it 2 years because I didn't want to be job jumping. I said I'll give it 2 years. And I fell in love with the place. I'm still here because I love the students. I love the staff. You couldn't ask for a better environment. It was that, if you remember Maya Angelou, one of her comments, people will forget what you did for them, but they'll always remember how you treated them. It's a close-knit environment, and you could reach out. So you couldn't ask for a more productive, inclusive, and diverse group of people. I actually received my second master's plus certification as a school psychologist. You would see Dr. James, as I mentioned earlier, he would walk around or run around because he was an avid runner. He would run around on campus and he would tell you, there's something we need to do here. And he remembered everyone's name. That's unique. I'm one of 9 children. I can't even remember all the names. Even students, they know I love them dearly, will do anything, but maybe I may not remember all their names right away. But Dr. James had that talent. So each president had a talent and a passion for something. So that's what made it so interesting to work with everyone. There's been a lot of change, a lot of buildings, a lot of construction. I think the growth is good. We're at the right time, the right place, because people are looking for something close. I happen to be on school board. I've been on school board for 12 years. And once served as president, now maybe 8 years as vice president. And we've always had this one resident would say, well, when are you going to get a veterinary school? For 3 years, she has mentioned that veterinary, you have everything else. Why not a veterinarian school? And she talked about her dogs because she has a love for dogs. I was so happy to be able to say, well, your wishes are coming true, and that's the kind of thing because you're forward thinking and not just looking at where are we going to, what are we doing today, but what are we doing, a strategic plan for growth. And I think that's what Dr. Hushman brings is the strategic plan. We're going to move this campus forward. I think with all the people, the talented people we have working here and the students, the sky is no limit. I take great pride walking the campus and saying good morning, and you're surprised at what goes on. I think the downtown is a positive. Even in the summertime, you see people walking around, going to the various restaurants. So that is a big difference. If you go back to 77, or even if you go back to the time you were here in 85, there weren't any restaurants downtown. I think we're on the right track. When I look at small Glassboro State College, who only had 2 campuses, the satellite campus, Camden, in 77, and to what we are today, I think we're on the right track to be a D1 research institution. I think we have the right people in the right places, but I also think we have the energy and commitment going beyond what is normal to do more. I think that's what Rowan is. And I really am excited to see what it'll be in 10 years. I may not be here, but I'll be able to read about it. But in 10 years, where Rowan is going to be. And I look at the students we produce, just some fabulous students. You're so proud. It's like, proud mom, look at that one. And I think that's what Rowan's all about. So if you do an analysis of the different activities from 1977 to now, we're up to over 220 student organizations. They're doing things. And then you look at the write-ups in the national news and on our website, you're finding that students are doing things, but they're doing it differently. I did advise one for 40 years, 40. And that was a sorority, and I advised two fraternities for over 20 years. I did a Latino sorority. I did several student organizations. I was here when our governor gave a task force, and it was Jay Chaskis, Dr. Jay Chaskis, that chaired it, because they were looking at removing all Greek systems because of the various things that was back in the day. But because we had people on the board that understood the role of Greek organizations, and when you started looking at our Student Government Association, you would see most of them were double dipping. They were also Greek organizations members, and then we're also other organizations. I would have to say it has evolved and it has gone back. I think it's the way you connect with students from the day that you are out there recruiting them to the day that they accept Rowan University, to the day that they come to orientation. It's the number of times that you connect with not just the students, the family, because there's dynamics in different families that when you look at certain populations, is this the right way? So I think when you look at it, we have to connect with our students better and be more productive with them. It's the mentorship. A number of them. I'm going to speak to one that is very near and dear, and it's the Aspire Student Leadership Development Retreat. It started out as a student leadership development retention program for African American and Latino students. Then it just blossomed. The beauty of it is that we started with our own money. There was about 5 of us that put $500 up so we could take them on retreats, because we wanted, if you looked at the retention rates, and that's 35 years ago. You looked at the retention rate and the graduation rates of our students of color. We wanted to do something differently. And it was the 5 of us that came together and thought of how we could do it.